Hello everyone, Toby's here, and guys, in this video we are taking on OGC challenge to rank all the heroes from tier S, A, B, and C. And this is gonna be mainly from my opinion or my gaming opinion. According to him, end game, not super well, but end game. And yeah, I'll be ranking the heroes and giving a quick overview of the reason of behind ranking them to that tier. So let's get started basically. So we have Lubu or Rufio. Rufio by far, in my opinion, hands down, he is the best hero in the game. And so he is tier S. And the reason is because he's the only hero you can actually get to choose or control where to go or what to do and all of these things. So the mobility of this hero is insane, and the ability of him to one-shot dragons. And I'm gonna demonstrate it in other videos. If you did not see, you can check. I mean, I'm not saying all the time he can one-shot dragons, but he does frequently. And if one hero can do that, I mean, what are we kidding me? So he is definitely tier S for me, and the best hero as well. So let's move on to the next hero. We have Avril. All right, so if I'm gonna rank this hero for other people, it's gonna be between tier S and A. But because the challenge states that this is based on my opinion and my game style, Avril, for me, she's a tier C. And the reason is because I never include her in any of my formations for many different reasons. Let me quickly explain why, so people don't say or think that what the hell is he doing. I have reasons behind my actions basically. So the reason is Avril. First of all, I don't have high mage research, and for me, my playstyle, I prioritize many different abilities at the beginning, including playing with Rufio and all of these abilities of Rufio, and lanterns, Genji, tag, stone of origin, and all of these things based on my formation, my playstyle, my strategy. When I go to the PvP, I don't have room to use Avril abilities. And keep in mind, I have low mage research, very low mage research. So I don't want to cramp my skill bar with 3 extra abilities for no use. You know what I mean? So that's why for me, she's tier C. I don't use her. I don't think I will use her anytime soon. So that's my logic. Let's move on to third hero. We have Valarie. So Valarie, same thing, same story. She is tier C because I don't use her, and I don't think I will be using her anytime soon. So not much to say. Sometime, when they first introduced the dragons, she was good because the dragon reducing magic resist and she's doing damage and all of that. But this is a long time ago. Now she is not viable. She's obsolete basically until well, I don't know. Maybe she can work, but for me, I don't like her. I don't use her. Let's go to Avalon. So the Dark Duelist. For me, he is tier S. And let me tell you why. I mean, can you tell me when you ever played this game since the beginning and you did not deploy Avalon in any fight? I mean, who am I kidding? Like Avalon, you got to deploy this person. And the reason is, like, most of the races have humanoid units. Like, the only one is Lich. Lich doesn't have humanoid, but all the other races have humanoid. And Avalon buffs the humanoid units, basically, 46%. But this is not the main thing. This is secondary. The main thing is this. Warhorn. Warhorn increasing the attack speed of nearby allies by 140%. 140% for 8 seconds. Granted, it's only 8 seconds, but think about it. People now don't use the Onyx Dragon as much. So the first, no gravitational surge and all of these things. So most of people using Azure now, including myself. So this first 8 seconds, it's gonna do work basically. 140% is a lot, guys. It's not like 20% or 30%. So yeah, for me, that's why Avalon is tier S, because I always use him. I never ever played a fight without using Avalon, so that's why. All right, we move on to Elena. Yeah, maybe we're just better using the arrow instead of going out. Okay, so Elena, she is also tier S, and her ability of magic resist, this one, 55%, is just huge. I mean, there is no other hero that provide like 10% or something. Like, it is all Elena. Elena giving magic resist to all your troops, all your units, all your friendly units, yeah? So this is a must. I mean, no question about it. And also this one, Silver Wing Radiance, now is a good one. This is a new one, by the way. Like before, it wasn't it. So every 10 seconds, you know, she's buffing and all of this. And the higher the sum of Elena's magic, blah blah blah, the effects increase. And guess what, guys? I am stacking the hell out of Elena. Like these stats, they are considered very high, by the way, because I'm stacking these stats above 160 multiple times. So you know, it's good stuff basically. So yeah, she is tier S for me. Let's move on. Vega. So Vega, she is almost tier C, and but I'm gonna rank her tier B actually. The reason is, sometimes you get to use her. Like you know, this one is not too bad actually. Even for lower level, no, it's not too bad. The healing, it can be, you know, you can play her, but she is not that good. So the reason I didn't say C, because she's not completely useless. Like it's not like you can never use her. You can fit her in, and also she's, you know, she buffs priestess and all of that. So it's okay. She's B. No, not more, not less. Let's move on to Vivian. So Vivian, for me, he's tier S. I mean, who am I kidding? Vivian, like this guy is so good in tanking and providing. You know, he does a lot. He also for the what do you call it? The Abyss. You know, actually, this guy helped me a lot in the Abyss back in days because of the summoning swords. He is one of the best tanks because of the bubbles, self heal, and all of these good things. So yeah, Vivian is a tier S, no question about it. Even if you don't play humans, you know, he's just good. He's a good tank, and all the tanks are important. You know, tanks are one of my favorites category. Gladiators and all this. Even though he's not a gladiator, he's he's the best paladin tank. Like no question about it. He tanks better than some of the gladiators. So yeah. Let's move on. Gan. Gan is a tier A for me, almost S actually. He's really good. I like this old man, and the reason is, you know, this one, Nature Blessing. I think everyone mentioned already. I mentioned in other video. I mean, everyone knows this. You know, regenerating the health of your dragon, and also these two are not too bad. You know, they are good. I actually find myself using them in almost many fights. You know, I use them. I use Earthquake. I use Twist and Taunt to reduce accuracy 50% and you know, root the units, archers in their place. So I like this guy. He's good. He's good. Definitely tier A. Let's move on. All right, Teodrin. Oh, Teodrin. So Teodrin, for me, she's not tier C. She is tier B, and the reason is, I use her against Lich. I must use her, and everyone should use her. I know some people say, you know, she just runs and die, but no, use her against Lich. And the reason is, you can see this aura of retribution. It's not about the damage. Forget about the damage. But you see here, where is it? Let me read this. Also increase hit rate and evade chance of friendly units when they are attacking undead units, to a degree that scales with the enemy unit level, blah blah blah. So this whole thing about giving your units evade and increasing hit rate against them, against the undead, is super good. And I mentioned this in one of the videos. I don't know if you, just in case you missed it. You know, in some stages back in days, now it's easy, but back in days, some stages of the pinnacle, I couldn't pass them in time when they are like undead units, unless I use Teodrin. So Teodrin, I can pass it in time with extra couple of seconds or 10 seconds or something. But without Teodrin, I cannot even pass it in time. So that's how much difference it makes if you want to, you know, kind of measure how much difference it makes. So since there is a use for her, she is tier B, not C. C is only for those who have no use. I don't use them at all. But since I use her sometimes, she is tier B. But definitely she needs some love. She needs some reworking. And she needs a skin. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? All right. What do we have? Lonella. Man, Lonella, she's clutching lately. So Lonella, she's tier A for me. And the reason is she's really impressing me with the healing lately. She's doing a lot of healing. She's always competing between the Dragon, Myra, and Bane. So she's always competing between these three with the healing. And I like how she protects my archers, my backline archers on her side. So I made a video about this one. If you didn't see it, you should check it out. Bonus video about Lonella's heal. It's amazing, and she's almost, you know, close to reaching tier S, but I think no, A is good enough for her. So yeah, let's move on. So Gazooie, I have never used this hero since I played this game, and you're talking about nearly 3 years. One of the reasons I don't use Lich, I never played Lich. Lich and Rakan, the only two races I never played. And so yeah, but I don't know, man. This guy. You could have something good with the fearsome aura. If you, no, I don't know. No, man, this guy is tier C for me. I never use him. I would never use him. I don't like him. So let's move on. We have Cleo. Back in days, she was all the spotlights on her. Now she is totally useless. So she's tier C, and the reason is she doesn't provide much. This one, Tomb of Creation, was good back in days, but now, I mean, she just doesn't do much. She only has this one black hole, and she's really squishy. She's probably gonna die in maximum, I give it 15 seconds. She's worthless. She needs some rework as well. All right, let's move on. Roxas. So Roxas, for me, he's tier S, and the reason is, I mean, I find myself almost always starting the PvP with lanterns, and the idea that you have 3 different abilities, separate abilities, and they don't override other heroes' abilities, and you can separate them when to use them, and each one has an effect, like healing or attack, damage, or increase attack, attack speed and all that, and you can separate them, and you can choose when to use them, and with the set you can stun with them. I mean, come on. I like heroes that, depend on skill. Like, based on your skill, you can make an impact. I like this. So yeah, for me, he's a tier S. I mean, give me a person, or like, I'd say 90% start with Lantern. 90% of people start to a PvP with Lantern. So that's how good he is. I almost made a whole video for this guy on how good he is. He's super good. And especially with these 2 trinkets, I mean, good stuff. So yeah. Let's move on to Rose. Rose, she's a tier C. And you can see she's level 39. And the reason is, she doesn't provide much, really. What does she? This is a good one. Where is it? The web was, was good back in days. But now, she takes, her size is big, she doesn't provide much. However, you can do one good thing about this hero. This hero, I mean Rose, she actually blocks Rufio. So if you, how do I say this? Like, you can play with her positioning. She blocks Rufio. So if Rufio went toward her, he will not go past her. You know what I mean? So you can do some stuff by putting her next to Dragon, kind of blocking Dragon, protecting Dragon, and stuff like this. But other than this, I mean, she's not that good. For me, she's tier C. But I can see her being played in some situation, but for me, no. All right, so we have Offidia. Offidia was absolutely tier S back in days for me, but now she's tier A, and the reason is maybe because of my mage research. I don't know, or for sure. I mean, not maybe, for sure, because her snakes now, doesn't do as much damage as before, because of all the buffs coming to the units. Now they are stronger. They take a lot longer to die. Back in days, she used to, she still is. She still is a one-man army. She is a threat. But now, her impact is not as much. Unless the game drags, like the fight drags to almost 2 minutes, and then you get to see the impact. But nevertheless, she's good. She's Offidia. Who are we kidding? I mean, Offidia. So yeah, for me, she's tier A. Yeah. Grims, he's almost tier B, but no. You know what I mean? He's tier C. Like, he doesn't provide anything other than the reload. Is just nothing. I mean, also the ammo wagon. Yeah, this one. These 2 are the only good things, but they are They are for what? Jax and Nora and snipers. So, you know, I stopped using Jax now, so it's only for Nora. I don't think there's a slot for him. Yeah, he's tier C. He doesn't provide much, even though he used pipe, but whatever. All right, let's see. Gafgar. Gafgar for me, he's a good tank. By the way, Gafgar is a good tank. Like he tanks decent every fight. This whole thing, this iron shield, 95% for 20 seconds is really good. But the sad thing is, he doesn't provide anything else. You know, if you're not dwarf, I'm not talking about dwarf. If you're not dwarf, he doesn't provide anything other than just being a tank for 20 seconds. That's the reason he is tier B. You know, if he has any other skill, like a good skill or something that does something, he would be tier A. But for me, he's tier B now. Yeah. Nora, she's tier S. You know, anybody tier Nora other than S, you need to reconsider, basically. So yeah, she is the best damage dealer, backline killer, and all of these good things. And we all know that. So let's move on. Jax. Alright, so Jax, by the way, I give this shuriken, you know, a lot of people will get confused. They'll say why this one is not on Saizo, but I will explain. I don't use Jax now, but sometimes, some situations, I deploy him to use this Firestorm to kill Dragon. Sometimes, as a secondary, situation. You know, sometimes my stall side doesn't have, or let's say the stall side archers dies really quickly, and I don't have any threat on that side. I have usually keep Jax on that side to Firestorm if I don't have any archers to reach the dragon. So yeah, his situation, I don't use him as much now. He's kind of like a one-trick pony for me now. So that's why he's tier B. Other than that, he would be tier C. Now he's tier B. So yeah. Sadly, Jax fell off. He was one of the best heroes. Now he doesn't do much. So he is, as I said, tier B for me. Alright, so Mako. Oh man, Mako. I used to like this guy. I don't know what... Yeah, Mako needs the rework. Because the reason is, his damage is single damage. I mean, doesn't do much as before. However, you could do something with Mako, as in putting him, because his range is insane, you can place him in the back and somewhat close to the dragon, at least as per my memory. Back in days, he used to actually protect the dragon. Like anybody get close to the dragon, Rufy or something, he would shoot him. But now I cannot include him, there is no spot in the formation, and I chopped him off. So since I'm not using him, I'm gonna rank him tier C. But yeah, he doesn't ditch as much damage as before. His damage is nearly irrelevant to put a spot for him. That's why he's tier C. And Yip, I like Yip. I mean, Yip for me is a tier A. And the reason is because of the Tailwind. And the Tailwind is such a powerful ability. And let's see what. So, summon Gale, alright, beginning of the battle, accelerate the fight of friendly arrows, increasing their damage by 70%. This is a lot, by the way. When you say 70%, is a lot. Furthermore, the Tailwind slows the flight of enemy arrows and decreases their damage by 70%. So, even if you are not playing humans, you could, and this used to happen with me. I used to play Dwarf, and I used to deploy Yip in the stall side with a banner and all of these things to slow the damage from arrows. Other than this, also the Cyclone is good, and also these two. You would see sometimes, like one single mech unit is flying in the air and then drops down and stuns. This is actually coming from auto attacks. So, I like Yip, mainly as I said because of the Tailwind and the whole CC things, and he's good. He's good. The Tailwind is super good. That's why. Alright, so what do we have? Genji, the MVP. So, Genji is so close into getting tier S for me, but he's tier A. It's not like you cannot play without him. That's why he's not S. But like for me, tier S is the heroes that you cannot play without them. You have to use them. No question about it. So that's my logic for tier S. But this one, definitely deserves tier A. He's crazy, man. Genji is the best cut through, the best backline obliterator. And this guy is crazy. I like him. Alright, let's move on. And we have Tok. So Tok is tier A for me, and he's a good support hero for all around. I don't like his size, but he's good. Like his abilities, sure. His abilities are good. You know, this whole things, Fungushi Master, and all of these good things. And if you use Turtle, even better. So, but even if you don't use Turtle, he's good. It's just kind of put him and forget him kind of thing. All right, Bane. I like Bane. I mean, I like Bane. If I didn't like Bane, he would be tier B. But because I like Bane, he's tier A. So Bane is a solid tank. I mean, some people doubt the Bane, but I don't doubt him. I like him. Bane is a good tank. And maybe after they introduce this one as well, like will have their physical resistance and evasion reduced for 27% for 7.5 seconds. This is huge. And this whole thing about taunting, provoke to taunt, this is also good. And also increases physical. Yeah, he's a good tank, man. He's a good tank. Bane is a good tank. With the right abilities, right artifact, right hero mastery, and all of these good things. Alright. Bayrock. Best tank in the game, the most nuisance hero in the game. He is tier S, no question about it. His abilities are they're just all good. I mean, other than on this one, and actually even if you max this one, you know, you can see him in the damage meter if you max this one, but it's irrelevant. It's like you know, there are some type of damage that doesn't do anything because they do a little damage that get regenerated. So it's good on the charts, but in reality, it's nothing. It's almost nothing. So, you know, that's why the kind of damage you want is the burst or the things that provide more damage to other units and all of these good things. But this one is whatever. But these abilities 1, 2, 3, 4, they are super good. I mean, all of them they are super good. That's right. So yeah, he's tier S, no question about it. They provide like stuns, reducing accuracy, and all many annoying things. All right, so what do we have? We have Fenders. Man, Fenders. For me, he's tier B, almost tier A, but he's tier B. And the reason is, you know, since this guy was released, I never played without him. You know, I always use him. I always use him in the corner of my stall side. Like it's like you know, it's like a rule. He is in the corner of my stall side. And even though his wolves don't tank as much, but they keep coming. You know, you would see sometimes you see at the end of the PvP, you see like 30 corpses of wolves on that side because they keep coming and dying, keep coming, and that's the kind of stalling, you know, annoying. And he's a good holder for the ring, and I don't know, I like him. He's tier B. Yeah, tier B. Tier B is good because he doesn't provide anything other than just wolves running and dying in the corner. So yeah, that's it. What do we have? Sprig. Man, I miss Sprig. I used to play him back in days because he's good in the stall side, and let me tell you why. He's good at what is it called? Elemental arrow or something? What is it? Yeah, elemental arrows. So this one provides sometimes icing arrow, which stuns, and also these small forest guards. They, you know, he keep like summoning them and all that. He was good in the stall side back in days, but now it's irrelevant. He's you know, you don't have a spot for him. You don't have a slot, so he's tier C. That's why. Hopefully they rework him. Man, the rogues need some work. You know, really. This one and Makoon. They need to be viable somehow. But at the same time, they need to. We cannot put all the heroes in the formation. Like, you know what I mean? There is no space, so I don't know. And now we're running into the issue of we cannot put all the artifacts as well. You can see this one is out, like the flute. I like the flute. I used to play the flute, but I don't have a spot for it. So I don't have a spot. What to do? So yeah. Alright, what do you have? Bazrik. Bazrik is a tier S. I mean, no question about it. This guy is crazy. The Bat Splits is one of the best abilities in the game. Wiping out backlines. Enough said. Alright, what do you have? Flores. Flores, she is tier A for me. You know, she's an excellent support. She's a good healer. She revives. I don't know. She does a lot of good things. Man, Flora, she's tier A, definitely. And by the way, I use her blessing on Nora. Since this hero was released, I still use it on Nora. I know some people change it to use it on Rufio or something, but for me, I never change it. She's next to Nora, and her blessing is on Nora all the time. This is me, you know, at the end, my playstyle. So what do you have? Saizo. Saizo is a tier A for me, and you see, I removed the shurikens. I gave him this one because this one, in my opinion, is better than the shuriken, in my opinion, as an artifact. And this one also, you know, buffing the range units, and I think I must use this one. So I had to use it on someone, and it came on this guy. Yeah, so he's a tier A, and the reason is he always does consistent damage. He always, for me, does like between like 70 million damage, 80 million, always. Yeah, and that's good. You know, he's consistent. I like consistency. Yeah, tier A. What do we have? We're almost done. So bartender, well, man, what's his name? I forgot. Solarus. So Solarus, man, almost tier S, but he's tier A. The reason I say he's actually, I don't know. Should I tier him as? No, tier A. You can live without him. I mean, that's why. You can play without him, but he's tier S. I mean tier A. He is tier A for two reasons. Because he is such a beast when it comes to tanking. He will live through the Hell's Pardon. What is it called here? They changed the names. Endless Pursuit? Yeah, Endless Pursuit. So he will live for 13 seconds for sure. And now that I maxed this artifact stars, he's actually doing a lot of damage. Now he's sometimes surpassing Saizo's damage. So he's like an all-around damage and tanking. I like him. The bartender is good. So he's tier A. What do we have? Myra. Man, Myra, I don't know what to say about her because she's so confusing still. No, I don't fully understand Myra. She's I treat her as a stall side hero. She summons those puppets, and those puppets taunt and you know, get hit, and then or something when they die, or something when they die she does a lot of damage, but she's mainly stalling with her puppets. So I'm just gonna give her B because she does a lot of you can see her in the healing charts and the damage chart and the tanking chart, but I feel all of these numbers in the charts, they are not as impactful. They are just big numbers but not as impactful. Other than that, I don't know what to say about her. She is like, she's a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? But for me, she's B. I think I can live without her. She's B. Yeah. This is how I built her, by the way. So yeah, guys, did I cover everything? Yeah, I covered all the heroes. Okay. At the end of this video, I will put the chart of all, so you can see them all together with the rank and all this. So yeah, guys, this is should do it for me. But before I go, I want to mention two things. Make sure to write hashtag giveaway in the comment section to participate in Toby Nation Wheel. And the other thing, guys, if you have questions, we have a in-game community Toby Nation chat. Message me to add you, or message somebody that he's in the channel to add you and all of that. And you can ask your questions there. If I see it, I will answer it, and many people will help you there. There are great people, sitting there and discussing stuff, and I like it. But please don't message me your questions directly in private, guys. I get a lot of questions, and I cannot be a private mentor for you or for somebody else. I just cannot do it because it's impossible to do it. So many questions. So I prefer if you ask question in the channel, and you'll get an answer there. And even if nobody answer you, eventually somebody will answer you, right? It doesn't have to be like me private mentoring everyone. It's too much. So yeah. And yeah, guys, this should do it for the video. And make sure to check OGC channel. He's back in action. I featured his channel in my channel as well. So he's covering all the good things that the community needs and the game needs as well. So make sure to check out his channel, and until next time, guys, see ya.